Draw and label two models that show equivalent fractions. So I'm going to start with a circle, two circles, and I'm going to say they're the same size. And I'm going to split this one in half and this one into fourths. And I'm going to shade one half of this circle. I'm going to label it. And then I'm going to shade 2/4 of this circle and label it. And I can see that my pictures look the same, if not very similar. And so now I can draw a number line that proves my work. I'll start at 0 and I'll go to one whole, and I'm going to first split it in half. I'm just going to make this side bolder to help us recognize that that is 1/2. And then I will change my color, and I'm going to split it into fourths. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal pieces, and here is 1/4, and here is 2/4, and I see that they come to the same place on the number line. They are the same amount, and therefore they are equivalent fractions. In lesson 23, it says, Henry and Maddie were in a pie eating contest. The pies were cut into thirds or sixths. Henry picked up a pie cut into sixths and ate 4/6 of it in 1 minute. Maddie picked up a pie cut into thirds. What fraction of her pie does Maddie have to eat in 1 minute to tie with Henry? Draw a number line and use words to explain your answer. I'm going to use a number line as they asked me to do. I'm going to say we start at 0 pies and we end with 1 pie. And I'm going to start with Henry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines gives me 6 equal pieces. And Henry ate 1, 2, 3, 4/6. That is how much he ate. And so now I can use another color to split the same number line. I'm just giving myself some colors, right? To split this number line to get to Henry. So there's 1/3. There's 2/3. And that's where it lines up with 4/6. Then I would have 2 more thirds to get to 6/6. And each section has 2 of those sixths in it. If I look up here, you can see where each of 2/6 falls within 1/3 of each of them. So 2/3 is equivalent to 4/6. So Maddie would have to eat 2/3 of her pie in 1 minute to tie Henry. And you would need to write that on your paper because it asked us to use words and numbers. It would just take a lot of time for me to try to draw each letter in that statement. So remember, you can always pause if you need to. Okay, and that's some extra workspace, which is so nice. It says, complete the number bond as indicated by the fractional unit. Partition the number line into the given fractional unit and label the fractions. Rename 0 and 1 as fractions of the given unit. So the given unit is fourths. So my number bond is going to be the fractional unit or by a unit fraction, which is how we identify each piece of a fraction. And so the unit fraction is 1/4, and we will have 4 1/4 pieces coming off of my number bond. So I would need 4 pieces to create one whole. And so here on my number line, I'm going to create 4 equal pieces, 2, 3, 4 by drawing 3 lines. And now I need to name each fraction, not in the fractional unit, but by fourths. So there's 0 fourths, and there's 1 fourth, go another fourth, and now we have 2 fourths, 3 fourths, and 4 fourths. And I've renamed 0 and 1 as well. Can follow the big arrow, which would mean you need to turn the page to get to number 2. How many copies of 1 fourth does it take to make one whole? What's the fraction for one whole in this case? Use a number line or a number bond in problem 1 to help you explain. So you could actually flip back and look at the work you just completed for number 1 to help you solve this problem. It actually asks you to do that. One thing that I might do in this extra workspace, instead of redrawing what I've done before, is I might use another example. So I might draw a tape diagram and say, well, if I split my diagram into fourths, it means I need 4 pieces or 4 units of 1 fourth to make one whole. And this is shown by the number bond because we had 4 bond units of the unit fraction 1 fourth to represent our one whole. And in the number line, I split the space in between 0 and 1 whole into 4 equal parts. And that helps me to know that 4 unit pieces, 4 equal sized pieces, each representing 1 fourth, would equal one whole.